Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah. I wanted to share with you this how I use my planner. Time to do good now. One of the tools to build resilience is the right timing. So being on point with your planner is very key. Enjoy, bi'idhnillah. All right, you probably can't see this really well, but I'm in my planner right now. And so what I'm going to do is basically take out the month of November out and October. So I'm going to go all the way back to this November 4th, taking these out. And I'll put something else instead. All of these out. And they will be part of my review. Okay, so here, what is this? November 30th, so they all go out. November budget, I don't really need that anymore, or do I? I'm going to keep a little budget just because I may still need to refer back to it since we are just in December. And I'm going to take the November thing out, and this is December now. Okay, so I haven't done my monthly review as I wanted to do, so it's something that I'm going to do today. So this is November 28th to December 4th. That's a weekly review, and then everything else is December. So December budget, and let's see, what is this? December. So all these are December. Planner insert, brain dumping, emotional. I have to write about my feelings. I don't always write about it, but today, not today, on the 15th, 2 days ago, I had to journal about my feelings because I had to do with the challenge too, actually. So, December 4th. Okay, so I have all these. Okay, so that my planner is actually lighter. Okay, so December 12 to 18, today's 17th. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my weekly review. It's my top task at a glance. Okay. December. I did another week almost. Okay. So this is for the January and March. I have a new planner insert called Top Task at a Glance as well, but this is for the quarter. I absolutely loved Top Task at a Glance for the month. And so I said, you know what, let me do a quarter thing. Let me do a quarter version of it. So I have 12 weeks here. This is a top task at a glance. And I've already started my planning for next year, right? And so I've adjusted also my goals until Ramadan. We have a few months until Ramadan. So I've done some adjustments there as well. So what I'm going to start by doing is always something that I recommend highly. I actually have all of them here, but this is actually it's a, what you call this? Recycling paper, meaning it's a print that that didn't work out. So I'm just going to use that as a draft. But my brain dump trigger list is here. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see this? Brain dumping trigger list. Okay, so it has a whole bunch of things, and I'm going to use that and just write the draft here because I'm going to be scratching all over, and then I will put it back in a more cleaner fashion. So I highly recommend that before you do any type of planning or review, first just dump everything all your total random thoughts. Just do a brain dump. The trigger list is just to help you bring some stuff out. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do now. So I will speed up this so that you don't have to see everything in detail. But here, looking at my brain dumping under Qur'an. Is there anything that comes up? Yes, I need to recite Muraja. So what I wanted to do here while you watch me write, because there's no much talk when I'm writing. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you why I'm sharing my planner and my brain dumping exercise with you. You know, I keep saying to the sisters how valuable and beneficial brain dumping is, but they don't really believe me. They're like, yeah, and they don't do it until I force them. And then if I force them, they're like, oh my God, this is really, really, really beneficial. So I'm hoping that you watching me do it. I've done many videos on brain dumping, but I'm hoping that you watching me do it and writing will actually push you to also do yours, because it's really, really beneficial. Like I said, it's an exercise where it brings so much clarity, right? It brings so much clarity. Don't try to keep everything inside. So now linking that to the resilience theme that we are in right now, is that, under a coaching jam, I mentioned how the right timing is everything. So finding out when you want to persevere in something, when you want to, you fail and you pick back up, it's going to depend on you analyzing what made you fall in the first place. What were the decision that you were making at the time? Was it like optimum time for you? Was it the time where you had the most energy? And in the coaching gym, I mentioned how, there was this study about these judges and how the decision to give parole had nothing to do with, or very little to do with the situation itself, but it had to do with the timing of the day. So the fact is that we have decision fatigue, our ability to decide properly, to use our prefrontal cortex will kind of go down when we lose energy, when we are tired, when we're hungry, when we're frustrated. And so these are not the best time to schedule, for instance, a area where you're already struggling in. If you're struggling to control your mouth, you control your tongue, for instance, this will not be the best time for you when you're hungry or hot or thirsty or frustrated about something the kids did, and now you want, your husband says something to you. That would not be the best time for you to actually open your mouth, right? So working on your area of struggle, finding the right timing where you are, at your best and with the most energy, will actually help you a lot in building resilience in that area, right? In being more persevering and more patient in that area. So if you're trying to control your finances, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. People will advise you that. And I actually experienced that in Ramadan. Like you're hungry and you're buying everything almost in the store. It looks like, right? It feels like. So having a planner and going over it will really help you, bi'idhnillah, knowing, okay, what time of the day I want to schedule this area of struggle. And brain dumping helps you to, seek that clarity. So I hope you find it beneficial, bi'idhnillah. If you want to access the planning inserts, I will put the link in the description below.